What up? Drinkwater here. I'm back, and as I intimated in the previous video that you hopefully watched for the previous class, can you tell how much fucking caffeine is in my blood right now? Woo! I told you I was going to record 2 videos on Sunday, and I am. I just told you, I think maybe I was like, oh yeah, it's 4:30. Well, now it's 6, and I'm tired. And I told you this shit takes so much time to do, which is neither here nor there. Welcome to class. Hopefully you did the group work for today, or I guess, yeah, it was homework for today. Look at this. Okay, so welcome. First things first. Actually, I was thinking as I come up the stairs, we moved on to Diet Mountain Dew. I really want to be sponsored by Diet Mountain Dew. Like, we're unstuck by time and space right now, right? Like, I can just do these things whenever and then spend the week answering emails and grading papers, and you can sort of get to these whenever you want. They call it asynchronous in the, I guess, educational world, or all the bougie dickhead worlds. It's really funny. I think in my previous video I was pretty dark. I was like telling you guys like, oh, be serious, which I guess is worthwhile, but I have this other friend who just like sends me links during this, and he's just like, we're absolutely fucked. I don't really know what to say to that, right? I think that's an equally counterproductive behavior, right? Like, you need to exist sort of hoping that you continue forward, right? Keep pushing feet. There's a middle ground between we're absolutely fucked. I'm like, well, what does that mean to you right now? Actually, the reason he sent it is because 14 states are exempting these social distancing things for religious gatherings, which I feel like Jesus wouldn't be down with that. He'd probably be like, this is silly. What are we doing? I think it's particularly, I say Jesus because it's like Christian gatherings, just foolhardy to me, very foolhardy. And so, yeah, I was like, well, those are those states. And he's like, they can travel across state lines, which is very true. But I have faith in the capacity for the administration in Massachusetts to at least handle our state or keep it under control here, I hope. Right? As long as we fucking do our thing. What song is it? Old school hip hop song? Do my thing, mama, do my thing. Anyways, so Administralia, your homework for Monday or Tuesday, depending on what class you are, is Survivor Chapter 24, and then your triple entry notes due by Friday, and you have a paper due by Sunday, which is really weird that I'm saying this on Sunday. Again, I'm unstuck in time, baby. I can come to you from whenever. I guess, but it's Sunday. You will not see this on Sunday. I guess you could. Technically, I'm gonna post both days this week of virtual class activities, like right now when I'm done with this. So you could just bang out both classes one after another if you want. I really hope you guys come to the Zoom this week. I really want to do a Kahoot, like, with everyone. Part of me was like, are we so spread out that it would make sense for both classes to like come on Friday? But I don't know. If you're even remotely interested in the Zoom, please come on the class day. Let's hang out. Let's talk. Let's play Kahoot. That would be fun for me. Probably not fun for you. Like, I just want to sleep and fucking play Modern Warfare. Understandable. Paper due by end of Sunday. And so today's class, again, unstuck in time. I almost changed my shirt, but then I was like, no, my wife does the laundry. I don't want her to have to fucking, what are you doing? I'm like, well, I'm pretending it's a different day. Who gives a shit? So I think today's big idea, which I've sort of begun including in here, is the idea of, well, you know what? Let's get our Survivor out. Let's read the section. There's a main section that I want to read, and then there's 2 videos that speak to the point of what we're talking about today, which is like dangerous imagery, its impact on us, and its impact on our agency that celebrities and influencers and advertisements peddle, because they want us to chase these things, obviously for their profit. It benefits them if we're like, I need no bags, and I'm tired, dude. I've always had bags, but I'm just doubly not sleeping right now. Doubly. 2 times not sleeping these days. And when I do, It's nice. When I do, it's nice. It's nice to sleep. I hope you guys are sleeping. I hope you're getting some exercise, even if it's not unrealistic amounts, right? Hope you're doing that. So we're on chapter 26, right? And it's Tender again talking about like this like physical transformation into a representation of our culture. And I think this is what we want to focus on, is like these people who represent what we chase and how that's dangerous, right? And so Tender sort of mutated into like a Captain America-esque, like he's kind of grotesque, right? Like, let's turn to page 136, chapter 26. So, and it again, like in Survivor, it's always ridiculous, but it always speaks to something that's very much, I would argue, true. This is just true. And so on page 136, he says, according to the agent, the people out there looking for a leader, they want vibrant, they want massive, they want dynamic. Nobody wants a little skinny god. They want a 30-inch drop between your chest and waist sizes. The V, men have V's, the sexy men. I watched Rambo 3 last night, and like Sylvester Stallone, you know what, I'm gonna post a picture of him in school so you can see like how ridiculous really jacked he is. And that was like, and Tender's kind of on it because this is in the 90s, like he's like on that good 80s steroids where you just fucking mutate and your skin is taut and you look disgusting. They have more designer chemicals now. They want a 30-inch drop between your chest and waist sizes. Big pecs, long legs, cleft chin, big calves. They want more than human. They want larger than life. Nobody wants just anatomically correct. Do you want anatomically correct celebrities, or do you want women with outrageously fucking plump silicone asses and dudes with pecs the size of dinner plates? I always think of that moment in Captain America where Chris Evans comes out of like the chamber and his pecs are just like enormous, and then, you know, to some extent men say, oh, I'd like to look like that, I would like to look like that, right? But is it realistic? Or, you know, women are like, oh, I you know, that's the ideal form. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. It's hard though. Again, think about the Dunning-Kruger effect. It's operating in the background. We can say we don't want that, but like a little bit, right? Even if we're fighting against it. And that's what we're talking about today. Like, oh, those pecs are amazing. Like, that ass, that's the ass I want on my babe. You say it is like a really sexist comment, like, babe's gonna have asses like that, bruh. And just like, oh, Nicki Minaj's butt would melt in the sun because it's just plastic. Anyways, yeah, okay. Big pecs, long legs, cleft chin, big calves. They want more than human. They want larger than life size. Nobody wants just anatomically correct. People want anatomical enhancement, surgically augmented, right? You know, in Korea, there's a lot of surgery too on people's like eyes. I think a lot of cultures have does every culture chase an ideal that's unrealistic that ends up hurting people? Maybe. I don't have an answer for that. New and improved, silicone implanted, collagen injected. I've said this a lot. I don't get like collagen lips, and maybe it's not for me to get, and you should be like, Ian, shut the fuck up, it's not about you, but like, just look fake and painful to me. I don't know. Just for the record, after my first 3-month cycle, Decadurabolin, I couldn't reach down far enough to tie my shoes. My arms were that big, fucking huge, bro. Boom! Not a problem, the agent says, and he hires someone to tie all my shoes for me. After I cycled through some Russian-made chemicals for 17 weeks, all my hair fell out, and the agent bought me a wig. You have to meet me halfway on this, the agent tells me. Nobody wants to worship a god who ties his own shoes, in a sense like, you're so big you can't tie your own shoes. And again, maybe this is true. Think about your own relationship with influencers and with people you value. And again, it's not about not feeling this way. It's about like taking the step and being metacognitive and be like, maybe I shouldn't feel this way. Nobody wants to worship you if you have the same problems, the same bad breath and messy hair and hangnails as a regular person. You have to be everything regular people aren't. Where they fail, you have to go all the way. Be what people are too afraid to be. Become whom they admire. People shopping for a messiah want quality, a savior. And again, I feel like in a lot of ways celebrities are our gods, right? Nobody is going to follow a loser. When it comes to choosing a savior, they won't settle for just being a human being. For you, a wig is better, the agent said. It's got the level of consistent perfection we can trust. Getting out of helicopters, the wash of the prop every minute in public, you can't control how real hair is going to look. And so again, like, I think this is sort of the question I want you to ask yourselves is like, you know, celebrities, they starve themselves, they take all the finest chemicals. The Rock does not look like The Rock because he's eating lean chicken and he's doing fucking 2-a-days, dude. I mean, even if you push over a giant, big Mack truck wheels, you're not gonna get that jack. There's some things going on, right? Or like, they don't have crow's feet. Look at that. I feel bad about myself. I shouldn't, right? Who knows? And so like the big questions is like, I want you guys to think about today is like, what is the appeal of these celebrities? Why do we get things from it? And then the other thing is, what does it say about our lives, right? Do we have agency if we're being bombarded with this imagery? Can we do anything about this agency? And so today, in the discussion questions, I want you guys to go, I think a lot of us follow influencers, right? And even if we don't, we can find them. I want you to find them, and I want you to apply our metacognition to these advertisements. It can be an influencer if you just want to break down like their like booty shots on Instagram, or you can find an influencer who's selling a product, right? But like, let's engage with these people, because again, it's literally in the fucking name now. They're not hiding it. They influence us. They influence us. It's hiding in plain sight. They're not called like even celebrities anymore. They're called influencers. You want to have influence. You want to have clout. You want to convince, typically, to buy things and like things and blah 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 blah. In a lot of ways, we'll talk about this next class. Like, celebrities aren't just selling products; they are products, right? We buy them, and then through them comes the lip gloss and the creatine shakes and the Fashion Nova and the weightlifting regimens. Like, they are the product, and we buy all these various things attached to them. And that's sort of the big question for you guys today, and what I want you to think about, right? Is like, how are we influenced by this stuff, and what does it mean? Would you guys want, and this would be like, would you want to look like? I mean, I'd like to look like Chris Evans, but I don't think that's in the past, right? Or it never was, right? You have personal trainers, starve yourself. You have all the chemicals. You have all the dietitians. To go back to Rocky 3, my friend and I were talking about it, and it's like, that dude must be literally doing push-ups. No, I'm not joking. Between takes to get the fucking pump that he's got, right? Like, you just don't, and he's got like veins like in his, it's just insane. But again, like, you watch it, you're like, I kind of want to look like Sly, right? I know I'm going way deep, and you guys are like, who the fuck is Rambo? Who's Sylvester Stallone? Rocky. Or, you know, I'm trying to think the female equivalent. Like, do you want to look like Rihanna? I think she's a babe. Probably shouldn't say that, but like, she actually gets body shamed sometimes because she doesn't look right, which is crazy to me, right? There is no right or wrong way to look. There's imagery that the media tries to convince us is the way to look, and there's our own like wrangling with that. Like, can we compete with it? You can't. That's the spoiler. And also down below in Schoology, you'll see 2 videos of like the power of Photoshop, right? To really demonstrate the fact that like what we see is triple airbrushed, right? Or even, you know, in our own like Instagrams, we collate moments that are not genuine, or like you go through like 30 pictures in the camera roll before you find the perfect one, right? None of us are forward presenting actual, you know, I'm not just fucking like, for example, my thumbnail for this video is not going to be like this, or I'm just fucking tired and depressed and I just want to go to the gym or like see you guys. I know this is like sad, man. Like, you guys can be, every time Ian makes a video, he just says he misses us, and I do. I miss talking to you guys. I'm just babbling now, right? So I think that's sort of where we're going with this. Is I want you to find an influencer, and I want you to break them down and see what are they selling? Not just the product, but what ideas are they selling? Are they selling beauty? And if they're selling beauty, what is that idea of beauty? Are they selling masculinity? Well, what does it mean to be a man, according to this dude? There's that dude Dan Blazarian. He's just like blows. He's just like the most like bro, like misogynistic, and dudes love him. Adolescent men, my friend Adam loves him. It's just like, why? You know, we could talk about what he represents, but I think more than anything, it's sort of like the why. Why is this appealing to you? What have you been enculturated into that you think that a dude with 4 babes around him on a fucking yacht wearing expensive jewelry is like what we should strive for? Should we all really strive for that? It'd be an ugly world if that was it, right? Can we get to the point where, like, you know, no one sees a fucking astrophysicist wearing a tie on Instagram? It's like, fuck yeah. You can imagine a culture that does, you know, condition you to be like, oh, that's what we should value. We should value astrophysicists and scientists. Guess what, motherfucker? Dan Blazarian is not making the vaccine for COVID-19, right? A bunch of fucking what our culture would consider nerds are gonna save our species, right? But we don't value them. We value veins and biceps and shiny things, and the question is, can we take a step back from that? Be better. Can we be better as a culture or as an individual? So that's what I want you guys to contemplate. If this is on Wednesday, I would love to see you Friday for Zoom, and if this is Thursday, I'd love to see you in a half an hour, 10:30 for Zoom. Again, you know, at this point, have a great weekend. We're getting there, man. We got like 5 more weeks. It really makes me sad that, like, there's no, like, and now after this period, we're gonna go back to the classroom. I wonder if have you guys registered? I mean, I'd love for the fall to bring us back to campus, but I don't even know at that point. All right, bros. I always feel like this is like the closest thing to hanging out. So I'm like, all right, guys, love you, but like I can't say that. That's why I say to my wife, right? See you next time. Love you. What, you know, and again, like, what is love? Like, we've been conditioned to, you can say love to your mom, your wife. This is men, by the way. Don't say it to your bros. Be strong. All right, guys. I'll see you hopefully on Zoom. If not, I will see you digitally, unstuck in time and space.